What's up, fam? It's been a long time. I'm really late, so I just want to get into it. This is Daily 5. This is for Tuesday, the 16th of January. Again, it's late. Had a lot going on, way too many things to get into right now. Just want to deal with this Daily 5 that's late so we can get up to speed because I don't like being late giving you guys stuff. You already know I'm Mike Deasy, and I'm giving you 5 things that have happened in the world, again, from the date of January 16th. Starting off with number 1, stranger than fiction. Oh, by the way, to represent what we're standing for Madam President for the coming election year. Yeah. Anyway. Recently, a woman has come forward to accuse Aziz Ansari of molesting her when the two of them went out on a date last year. Again, we're using the term molesting because the term sexual misconduct sounds ridiculous in the light of the fact that to violate a woman if you're touching her without her permission, that's not misconduct. That is flat out molestation. If the male is going into her without her permission, that's flat out rape. So just call it what it is. Anyway, getting back to the story, because again, we don't got a lot of time. So yeah, they went out on a date last year. According to the woman, Ansari kept pressing the woman to have sex with Aziz, who in the woman's eyes was not getting the hint that she did not wish to have sex with Ansari. As you all know, days after the date, the woman spoke up and said that she felt uncomfortable. The question is why? Why didn't she make it clear to Aziz, since he was not getting the nonverbal cues? How is it she agrees with Aziz that sex was consensual then, but now it was not? Again, why didn't she speak up before? Why these questions? Why do these questions sound like a reverse accusation towards her? Or rather, yeah, the question needs to be asked towards her. Why are you speaking of this situation now as opposed to at the time that it happened? There are the question that we're asking is designed to provoke thought. We hope that Ansari's situation gets cleared up very soon and wish Aziz the best. Number 2. Excuse me. Unfortunately, a usual situation in Baghdad. Recently, there was another bombing. It would seem that Islamic State of Iraq, and Syria, otherwise known as ISIS, are at it again. While officials in Iraq won't exactly say that ISIS is responsible for Monday, the 15th of January's suicide bombing in Baghdad. Based on the reality that Islamic State is alive and well in other parts of Iraq, it's safe to assume that the 2 suicide bombers were members or are members who happen to have used that happen to be members of ISIS. The more important question is, are the members of Iraq's sect of ISIS connected to the terrorist network of Pakistan connected to the terror network that Pakistan silently promotes? For now, one can only wonder. Number 3. I'm sure missile accident. This past week, the state of Hawaii was thrown into a tizzy after a United States military worker hit the wrong button during a routine check. Though nothing tragic happened to the people of Hawaii, the mistake made was severe enough that many people in Hawaii and around the world questioned why the military person was not disciplined for causing temporary mass hysteria. 38 minutes is a long time to not notice a mistake was made. 38 minutes was enough time that if Donald had been aware that an alleged missile was headed towards the U.S. or toward a U.S. territory, Hitler could have easily began an unnecessary war with North Korea, the country that the alleged missile was coming from. Again, yes, the soldier made a mistake, but this mistake was too large to have received little to no punishment. Too large a mistake considering who is sitting in Madam President Hillary's seat. Big enough a problem considering there is an overgrown child sitting in the Oval Office who seems to have no comprehension of what his words or actions cause other humans to do. We know he has comprehension, but he acts like he doesn't. Anyway, number 4. Good intentions, bad timing. Ivanka Hitler, sorry, I had to say it that way because of who your father is, tried to make a noble effort to show solidarity toward Madam President-elect Madam President-elect Oprah's, but unfortunately, neither common people nor people within Hollywood would give Ivanka a chance. Shortly after Ivanka's praise of Oprah's Golden Globe speech, calling it empowering and inspiring, hashtag Golden Globes, let's come together, women, men, and say, hashtag time's up. Many people, including Alicia Milano, Alicia Milano told Ivanka she could make a very generous donation to Time's Up legal defense, offhandedly mocking Donald's claims that women who accuse Hitler of molesting or raping them are all false claims, or as Donald would say, fake news. Ivanka's words apparently were bad enough that Christine Teigen, who criticized singer Seal, the guy who sang A Little Crazy, yeah. Miss Teigen criticized Seal last week when Seal accused Madam President-elect Oprah of being close friends with Harvey Weinstein and being part of the Hollywood problem. Teigen told Ivanka simply, "Go away." Ivanka, your intention is understood, but considering who you are tied to by blood and by name, you would have been better keeping silent. Just saying. Number 5. Donald speaks the heart of the Oval Office. Again, speaking of Hitler, Donald couldn't get lawmakers to agree on a new law to protect immigrants from being immigrant children who were born in the U.S. from being deported with their elders. It's interesting how the man that does not want anyone, particularly anyone of color, in the United States unless said individuals are somehow benefiting rich white men. Not saying all who face deportation are of color, but a good majority of them are. While this important meeting was taking place with lawmakers and Donald in the Oval Office, Hitler asked the following. You already know. Okay. He asked, why should the United States accept immigrants from these shithole countries such as Haiti, El Salvador, and African nations over those of European countries like Norway? End quote. Again, we already know this happened. Okay. Though his words may sound offensive to our families from Haiti, El Salvador, and various countries of Africa, we must accept that Hitler did speak the thinking of George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and even Alexander Hamilton. None of these past presidents really cared for people of color, except but to know how these people of color were going to benefit white males in particular better. Ultimately, the immigration meeting fell apart, and we already know the White House is going to have to do a lot of damage control to preserve the fake image that the Oval Office is inclusive of all cultures, which we all know historically, no, it's not. If it was inclusive of all cultures, there wouldn't have been this little section in history, and it's only so big. It's not they like for it to be seen as this big when it's really, yeah, so big that you can't even see that big. Yeah, the little section called slavery, where you get the idea. Anyway, okay, so yeah, as always, subscribe. Click the red button for subscribe. Like it if you like it. Comment down below, or as always, hit it up. With that said, I'll be back in a few hours because again we got more work to do. Later.